Good morning. Good morning. It's time to rise and receive. Welcome to your 10-minute morning send off designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. So, today we are going to talk about how to invite good fortune when you're sad. And I think that this is a timely topic. As I talk to friends and clients and generally check out what's happening in social media, there are people who are sad and grieving, feeling lots of strong emotions at this time on our planet with so much going on, so much uncertainty, so many big things with the election coming and people still trying to navigate their way through COVID and finding a new normal, the economy, the climate. There's a lot of emotion. And so today, as I pulled my cards out, the Receive card deck, which is what I do here at Rise and Receive each morning, I pull out one card, I close my eyes, I connect with all of you and anyone who needs to hear something today as they rise and receive, and I invite good fortune on behalf of all of us. And the card that I pulled from my Receive card deck is Soothe Your Sadness. So if you are sad, if that's the topic that, brought you here, or if you just kind of, found your way here and it gives you an opportunity to consider sadness, how you relate to sadness, I invite you to see how this might be personal for you, because there's a lot of wisdom here today, and especially when you realize that there is a direct connection in your relationship to all emotions and your capacity to not only invite good fortune, but receive your fulfillment. So if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I am passionate about teaching people how to receive and really putting the spotlight on this idea that receiving your joy, receiving your fulfillment, receiving your manifestations, your dreams, hopes, wishes, desires, and goals, receiving is a tangible and specific skill set in and of itself. And most of us don't know how to do it. Most of us know how to work hard, how to identify a goal, a target, and make a plan and develop strategies and problem solve and take action and go hunt and find it. But we don't actually know how to receive. So what happens is we keep working hard and working hard and working hard, and we have this belief that when I work hard enough or when I find that answer, then I'll get the thing, I'll get the goodie, I'll arrive. And sometimes that's the experience, but if you're one of these people for whom that experience seems to elude you, or you feel like I work hard all the time, and when am I going to get there? Or when's it my turn? Or I feel like it should have happened by now. Where are my long overdue rewards? If hard work just seems to be kind of this treadmill or gerbil wheel that you're on, and it feels like you never get there, like that carrot, I invite you to consider that it might be because it's time to stop the hard work and discover a new skill set, which is, how do I finally receive what I've been working so hard for? So today we're going to connect some dots between your relationship with your emotions and receiving your fulfillment, as well as being an invitation for good fortune. All right. So this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to read you just a portion of this card. And if you'd like to, if you're dealing with sadness specifically, I'm going to include a link for a full video I did on soothing your sadness. So you can do a deep dive into that in a separate video. But for today, I'm going to connect the dots on how this connects to your manifestations, how to get unstuck in your manifestation efforts, and how to invite good fortune. So I'm just going to read you a little part of this card, and then we'll unpack it a bit. And just feel free to kind of take a breath and let this wash over you. Okay, that a good breath lets you receive. It puts you in receiving mode. And welcome to all of you who are here live. So here is a portion of the Soothe Your Sadness card. While challenging feelings are natural aspects of life, You struggle unnecessarily when you don't know how to allow sadness safe passage through your being. Some of us never learned what it was like to be soothed in our sadness. Some of us were rewarded for being tough and strong and came to believe that feelings are a sign of weakness. Some of us learned to dominate our hearts with our minds, believing that feelings are problems to be solved. Yet soothing sadness is the simplest thing in the world. Not always easy, but yes, simple. When sadness comes, breathe it in. Let it be here as best you can with compassion. Then exhale gentleness. Breathe it in again. Breathe out gentleness. Keep feeling. Keep breathing. Give it permission. Give it space. Sadness will do what it came here to do. Soothe your sadness by receiving it rather than seeking to be rid of it. As you do, relief is usually the natural result, and a space can open to receive something new. So if you're dealing with sadness specifically, here is a mantra that activates the energy of invitation. So you can take this with you. I am willing to feel the relief of letting my sadness be here with gentleness. I am willing to feel the relief of letting my sadness be here with gentleness. So for those of you who are still arriving, again, if sadness is happening for you right now, if you're here because of that topic, I will include a link and you can do a deeper dive into how to soothe your sadness in a video that's dedicated to that. And for today, what I want to do is go into how to invite good fortune when you're feeling sad. So, excuse me, one of the opportunities that we have is to look at whether we're being pain avoidant or pain honoring. And the difference between the two, if you avoid pain, avoid discomfort, avoid fear, avoid sadness, avoid anger, what that does is it blocks you from receiving your joyful fulfillment. And it's what we do automatically. It's what most of us have learned to do one way or the other. Some of us grew up in environments that had, a high emotional intelligence level, a high EQ. But, our parents did the best they could. And we also live in a culture that, I was actually thinking about this today. There's that movie with Tom Hanks, and it's like, there's no crying in baseball. And in traditional business settings or corporate America, which, by the way, I come from that. If you don't know me, I used to trade stocks and bonds way back. It's not necessarily the most welcoming environment to feelings. It has been stigmatized, and most of us are brainwashed into this idea that there's no value and no purpose to feelings. And nothing could be further from the truth. That is why pain avoidance perpetuates pain avoidance. So people who have substance abuse problems or weight problems or are shopaholics or, phoneaholics or something like that, all of these ways that we, pursue pleasure and avoid pain actually perpetuates more discontent and satisfaction because there's a direct connection between being pain avoidant and the stuckness of manifestation versus being pain honoring and your ability to receive your fulfillment. So what is that connection? Let's talk about that. Receiving your fulfillment, all of receiving is about having a space in which to receive. Space is an invitation. So I want you to think about your life, and I'm going to give you some things. I wrote them down so that you can really think about your life. Think about all of the ways space exists in your life and how it's always inviting things to come into it. So you might have moved to a new house, emptied out all your boxes, set up your new house with everything that you like, nothing that you don't like. It's spacious. And what happens over time? You start to receive stuff, clutter, things you don't even want. Your cabinets get filled, your junk drawer gets filled. Think of a freshly cleaned kitchen counter. How long does that last before the mail comes and people start putting things and leaving things on the counter. Think about a freshly weeded garden. You've weeded the garden, a lot of space. What happens? Over the span of a week, weeds start to pop up. Okay. What else? Oh, think about sacred space on your calendar. You clear out space. You say, this space is dedicated for me. And then appointments and phone calls and other things come in. Okay. Space is an invitation. It is what's needed to receive something new. So if you think of yourself as a space, okay, and you start to learn how to be a great caretaker of your space, then life in all of its abundance will keep giving to you. Will keep giving to you. Now, sometimes you'll receive things that don't feel good, like sadness or bad news, okay? Yet if you care for your space and let it have safe passage through you, you'll receive the next thing and the next thing. So being a fortunate receiver is about always receiving everything that life gives you and learning how to receive the things you don't like pain, in a powerful way so that it passes through quickly. As the Buddhists say, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. We suffer when we don't know how to receive our sadness and how to let it move through. As the Dalai Lama says, when these feelings come, experience them fully. So we experience the sadness. We don't avoid it. We don't resist it. We let it move through us, and it will, because it's what it does. And then the space opens up and you can receive the next thing. All right. So as you, I wanted to see if there was anything else I wanted to say about this. This is the heart and soul about being a fortunate receiver and inviting good fortune when you're sad. When you're sad, honor it. Experience it fully. And if this is a foreign concept to you, if you're afraid of this, which is very common if you're not used to honoring your feelings, I invite you to get support, talk to people who are healers or therapists if you need to. If it's more just something that you want to explore, this is chapter 16 of my book, Harness the Power of Your Emotions. You can go check that out. It's on Amazon. It's called The Attraction Distraction, Why the Law of Attraction Isn't Working for You and How to Get Results Finally. I promise you, I've been doing this for decades. I've gone through this journey myself. As you develop an empowered relationship with your sadness and your emotions, then the world opens up in terms of what you're able to manifest. And I'll tell you, when I was working more as a law of attraction expert, I started to teach people. The first module I would teach was about harnessing the power of your emotions, because here's the thing. The fast path to manifestation is honoring your emotions, because this is the place that most of us have resistance. And once people start to learn how to relate to their emotions in a way that feels empowering, what they tend to have happen is all kinds of manifestations come in, because that's been the place where they've had the most resistance. Okay, I have literally had people who've been working hard. They finally feel their anger. They finally feel their sadness. They finally feel their fear. They feel it versus fix it, versus analyze it, versus hard work and problem solve around it. They learn to feel it, to honor it. And once they do and it passes, all sorts of breakthroughs come in. That's how it works. So how do you invite good fortune when you're sad? Honor the sadness. Notice if you're trying to avoid it, and say yes to it. Breathe it in, honor it, let it come, let it move through you. And then you can be an invitation for more or better. After it passes, you will feel relief, release, and you can simply say to yourself in life, what else is possible now? Or I am willing to receive the kindness of life, even if I don't know where it is. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you found it useful, please like, please share. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. And if you would like to continue to explore how to be a fortunate receiver, I invite you to consider joining me at the workshop that starts next week called the Vision Workshop. Receive your clarity, your power, and your path forward. With this workshop, we create a space for you to connect with your soul's truth, for you to honor whatever is here for you, and how to be, and you really get to learn how to create a vision for your life by honoring the spaciousness in which to receive. Very, very powerful. Go to receiveclarity.com to learn more. It's almost half full. There are 3 spaces left if you would like to get one of the bonus seats that gives you a 30-minute session with me. And please post any questions you have about it here or at that information page at receiveclarity.com. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.